Hey guys, Machines and Mal here. Just in the shop picking off some machines to get ready to sell for the spring, and I've got this Simoniz 3000 psi pressure washer with the Kohler 6.5 horse engine on it, and this thing's been sitting for a couple of years. You can kind of see that it's pretty dirty. Don't know exactly what's going on here. We'll worry about that afterwards. Anyway, this is gonna need a carburetor flush clean because there's stale gas in it. It might even, I don't know how long it's been sitting for, but definitely for a while. So we're gonna have to drain that, and I'm gonna make a video about taking this carburetor off and cleaning it so you guys can see how to do it. I did it on a Honda and the video's been pretty popular. Hopefully the Kohler is out there. I'm not sure if they sold these in the States or overseas, but I know here in Canada, they sold lots of these. They're actually still available for sale. So I'm just gonna set up some tools, get the camera mounted, and show you how to do this job. So we're just gonna pop off the air box. Little hose connected to the back there. Alright, so here's your carburetor. It's a little gasket. Don't want to damage that. Take that off. Give it a little pry. There's another gasket on the back side. You want to be careful not to tear that. I mean, sometimes it's impossible not to, but if you're careful with it, you probably don't have to tear it. I'm just going to use a fuel line pincher to pinch off the fuel. I'll leave a link to those in the description below. You can get it on Amazon. They're fantastic. I got 2 or 3 of them. I use them all the time. Pull this forward. Now this is your choke lever, and back here is your throttle. You've got a little anti-flutter spring, throttle lever, and then this guy right here. Pull it off like that and take them off. So now we're going to just put this carburetor on the bench. I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to show you how to get inside and clean this out. Alright, so this little carburetor, what we want to do is take the fuel bowl off. And have a look inside. There's a little gel in there. It ain't bad. Just use a little carb clean. Rinse that out. And sometimes it doesn't hurt to take your carb screwdriver, this guy, this one right here, and just give it a little scrape. Just get that gunk out of there. So, oops, that's not so bad. Same thing, you just want to make sure that the tip of that bowl screw is clean. We'll blow that off with some air before we put it back together. Now inside here, this is where you want to get, guys, is down in the middle. You can see there's a little brass jet, and what you want to do, I took a flathead screwdriver and I kind of ground the edges flat so it's a little bit narrower, it's not so wide, and it sits right down inside. You can feel it catch. Put lots of pressure on it and twist that little jet out. After you've loosened it like that, give it some taps. See what fell out, guys? That's your main jet right there. There's a little tiny hole in the middle of that. We need to make sure that that's clean and clear. And this is called the emulsion tube, and it's got a few small little tiny holes in it as well. I don't know if you can see them in the camera, but there's 2 there. There's 1, 2, or 3 there. And if you rotate it, there's 1 there and there's 1 there. So what I like to do is use a little compressed air, guys. and then I hold it up to the daylight. Sorry you won't see this on camera. And you just rotate it and look through it, make sure that those holes are clear, that they pass through. And they do. This looks pretty clean, not too worried about it. Same thing with this. There's a hole down the center, a little tiny one. Blow it out. I can see right through it, lots of daylight. If you have to clean it out, poke it out, what works really well, guys, is these welding tip cleaners. They've got different size files, little tiny files. So usually the smallest one is the one that you want, which is one of those two. And you can usually pass it through just like that, and just give it a light little file, light little touch to dig out any fuel deposits, you know, that white fuel dust you get out. You don't want to file that hole too much larger, guys, because you'll start to run the engine a little bit rich. But I'll tell you a secret, sometimes that makes them run really good. All right, so again, I don't know if you can see through that, but there is a hole down the center of that. Now what we want to do is just give this carburetor a little blow. And give it a quick shot of brake clean. Carb cleaner, brake cleaner. To me, they both seem to do the same job. All right, now we're going to take our emulsion tube, give it a little blow. Now you'll notice that the top here is a little thinner and the bottom is thicker. So this is the bottom, this is the top. You want to drop it into your carburetor like that, and then same thing, take your little main jet, give it a blow, just in case it's picked up any dirt. Stick it in like that, and then use a screwdriver to tighten it back down. Doesn't have to be very tight, just once you feel it bottom out in there, the 16th to an 1/8 of a turn, just to snug it. Right there. All right, now on also these carburetors, guys, there's a second spot you want to check. Underneath of this idle stop screw, there's a air bleeder jet, and these tend to plug up sometimes, causing these engines to surge. So what we're going to do is just clean off this dirt like so, and then we're going to, let's use this one. We're going to remove the idle stop screw. And now what we want to do is we want to pry out this little plastic jet. Now what I find works best for this is a set of these style long nose, needle nose pliers. You want to kind of get that in there. Careful not to break this thing. There it goes, pops out just like that. And I find more times than not that the little tiny hole in the end is semi-plugged. That there's you can see the kind of the brass hole, but down underneath inside that there's an even tinier one. And those welding tip cleaners, guys, these ones won't fit down inside of this. So what I like to use is a piece of bicycle brake cable. This is bicycle brake cable, and I've just unraveled it a few times, and then you've got each individual strand. And what you do is you take one strand and you feed it down inside, and you can actually see it. I don't know if you see it right there in that hole coming up through. You just want to kind of do the same thing. You kind of want to just dig that out a little bit, just a bit. That's all you need. Give it a clean, give it a blast with air. And then you want to just put a quick shot of air down the hole where it came from. Now what I find helps a lot on these, if you lubricate them before you put them in, there's a couple little O-rings. So just use a little thin oil that you got on your bench, just like that. Drop a lube, never hurt anybody. And then pop that back in there. Line it up. It does have 2 flat sides and 2 round sides. The flat sides need to go in that direction there, as you can see them. It'll pop in like that, went snap. And then what you want to do is take your idle stop screw and turn it back in. I don't believe that this machine actually idles. It's set to run at 1 RPM, so the adjustment of this idle stop screw is irrelevant. We can muck with it a little bit if we have to when we get it back together, but I don't think it matters. Just give that a little blast. Give that a blast. Put that back on. Make sure you don't lose that little O-ring. There's a little rubber O-ring that seals it. This one's actually got a key position, so you can only put it that way or that way. We're gonna go that way because that's the front of the carb there, and we want the drain to be accessible. Turn this back in. Just like that. So I'm just going to rearrange this camera and we're going to reinstall the carburetor on the machine. Alright guys, so through the magic of Hollywood, I drained the fuel while we were working on the carburetor, and you can kind of see the murkiness, the water starting to collect. So that was a big part of our problem, was bad fuel. But anyway, that's gone now. So we're going to throw the carburetor back on, and what we want to do is connect our choke rod first. Oops. Choke rod first. Alright, so we slip that on. Take our throttle rod, drop it in there. Take our flutter spring, drop it in there, slip that down on, put our fuel line back on. And our little clamp. Like so. Take our gasket. Don't forget our gasket, guys. Like so. Then we got our air box. We got one little hose right here. And then you got your bigger PCV hose at the back. Pop that on. One bolt, 2 bolt. And a little tighten. All right, so that should be all we need to do with the carburetor and the fuel system. You can put this back on. Like so. So now I'm just going to do is check the oil. That's always important. I don't think this thing has very many hours on it. So the oil should be all right. Is that in frame? Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. It's not bad. It could use a change. We'll run it first. We'll get it hot. There's enough in there to run it. So let's just add some fuel. I like to use premium, low or no ethanol fuel in all this equipment that I work on, guys. Premium, especially in pressure washers and things that don't get used often, that sit a lot. This thing's probably going to sit for a month or two before it gets used or sold. Actually, I'm selling this one. So premium fuel goes a long way in staying fresher longer, and it just makes the machine easier to start down the road when you go to use it and it's been sitting for a while. So I'm just going to try starting it really quick on the bench, make sure it fires. And if it fires, then we're going to take it outside and connect it up to water. So put the choke on. All right, so that sounds good. I'm going to take it down, take it outside, set up the camera, put water on it, see if it pumps anything. All right, water hooked up. Cool. So I'm gonna find a hose and a wand for that. Give it a good little wash and post it on Marketplace for sale. Alright guys, I'm gonna make some more videos about fixing stuff like this coming up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. We'll catch you on the next one.